Welcome to the Real Photo Show and another conversation from the 2026 Chico Review. Today we have Ryan Hartley, and we have a fantastic conversation about how you get to meaningful work by exploring personal experience or where you're from, or a combination of the two. Ryan also has an interesting background in filmmaking and reality television and photographing music and working for magazines, so it's just a wonderful conversation that I really enjoyed. But before we get to that, this podcast is sponsored by the Charcoal Book Club. Begin building or continue to build your dream photo book library today at charcoalbookclub.com. And I thought I would mention also the charcoal workshops, which are a kind of extension of the Chico Review. Michael Ackerman, Pia Paulina Gilmoth, and Brad Zeller will all be holding workshops September 14th through 18th in Portland, Maine, with a few slots left in each of those. Maybe just one left in a couple of those. And then, of course, the Chico Review for next year. There's a call for entry that is either open right now or will be open very soon, so check that out as well. All right, everyone, thank you for listening. Enjoy the show, and we will talk soon.
Hi, my name is Ryan Hartley, and I'm from Northwest Tennessee.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Welcome to Chico. First time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, first time here. Yeah. First time here. It's great to be here.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. How'd you hear about Chico?
I mean, I guess I started following like Charcoal Book Club, and that side of photography has always been very, very much inspired by. And so, yeah, just learning through being subscribed through, and learning about Chico through Charcoal Book Club. So that's kind of
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How do you get into photography?
Oh boy.
I know you were just telling me a little bit about being in the film industry.
Yeah,
right?
I was in the film industry. I worked in reality TV for 12 years, but before that, I've just always been like a kid with a camera, I guess. No matter what I was interested in, I always wanted to document it in some way. Growing up, my grandmother had like this really big like Beta camera that she like carried on her shoulders, and she would
Betamax, big videotape
like
camera,
video VCR tape, and she would just record us during like family get-togethers. And she would like always try to like make us like act right, but we would just act out in front of her.
You have those recordings?
And
Oh, that's
and I can remember like being little and like seeing my cousin like Jonathan very upset, like looking out the window. Like my grandmother like made him sit down because she was like trying to get him to like I don't know, do something like. And he was just upset, and I remember like looking and being like, "Oh, he's like sad. Like, why is he sad?" And like I'm getting sad now because I'm looking at him. And just like the emotion that comes out of like either an image or a photograph, I kind of connected with, and just kind of like
knowing the power of the image early on, right?
And I was just like, oh, it's interesting the way that like the light is hitting his face from the window, and I don't know, it just like something kind of like clicked in me, and ever since then I've just like, just been a kid with a camera.
Were you self-taught then? Or?
Yeah, self-taught.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I tried to do this like traditional 4-year college route, but it just wasn't working out for me.
Yeah.
Like I tried to go to like a traditional 4-year, and it was more of back then when I was like wanting to be a filmmaker and make movies and stuff. The pipeline of the school that I went to was more like towards like news and like broadcasting.
Oh yeah, so it had a real journalism bent.
Journalism,
new media journalism.
And me being young, I was just like, and a little super stubborn. I was like, I don't want to do that. So I ended up like, I got hired on a film set in St. Louis through randomly meeting a DP out of the blue, and then he hired me to come on over the summer
like
when
PA,
school was out as like an AC.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so I worked with him as an AC. This was like, I mean, I don't know if you like cameras and stuff, but it was just like back when it was like the Red One.
Sure.
So it was just this like massive camera that took like 10 minutes to boot up, and like it was just ridiculous.
Overheat.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Super heavy to carry and everything. But And then I just started talking to people, and they were like, you know, like, oh, you don't need a degree. No one's asking you for papers or anything. Like, people just want the experience.
Experience is the thing they look for.
And that was a real like crucial moment for me, because I realized like, oh, I don't want to be stuck in a lecture hall. Like, there is some truth to what you can learn there, but like for me, like I need to just like get my hands dirty, and I need to like know the inner workings of things and really figure out, you know, the hard way, honestly, is what it is. Like,
sometimes I think the most important aspect of film school is the community and the connections.
Yeah.
Like just meeting people in the business. Yeah.
And I did meet like some of my best friends were still from like one of the ones that I met in college together, you know, like, but yeah, for me, it just, that wasn't the path to go.
But you do get into film, and you said you worked on some reality sets, right?
Yeah.
And then when do you make the switch, and how do you know?
Make the switch from...
Oh, well, what, like just give that up and go into photo?
Oh, well, I mean, working in reality TV, I guess, is... I've had some sort of like, I don't know, like, what am I really kind of like contributing to society in a way? Like... I don't know. I was working on working on a lot. You got me. Working, you know, you got it, man. That's what it was. No, brother.
No, a lot of people love reality TV.
Yeah, I mean, all the people that work on it, they're like some of my best friends today. They're super talented. They are the best at what they do, honestly.
You know, honestly, it's the same way with those Hallmark movies. The people who work on those are like, they are super good.
Oh, yeah. And they just churn those things out. Like, it's you know, but it wasn't fulfilling to me at a certain point. You know, it's kind of the way, like, I lived out, you know, born and raised West Tennessee, whatever. But I say West Tennessee, and people are like Memphis, and I'm like, nah, north, way like the corner along the Mississippi River, on the border of Kentucky. You know, very small town. My graduating class was 48 people.
Wow.
So very small. Community.
Yeah.
But yeah, I moved to Utah, and I moved to California, and then I moved back to Nashville, currently where I'm at, back in 2020. And then since then, I've just been doing a lot of like photo video work, hybrid shooting for, you know, like bands, musicians, record labels, that sort of thing. And then kind of got burnt out at doing that too. It's just, I feel like I've been eating a lot of sugar in a way, like, you know, the algorithm, the marketing meetings, doing everything for content, you know, wasn't something that I like. It wasn't the reason that I picked up a camera in the first place. And so I feel like I needed to do something that was more fulfilling to me. I needed to do something that was good for my soul and like who I am. So I just kind of have been saying no to a lot of that work and really focusing on this project here that I brought to Chico.
Yeah, tell us about it.
So the project's called Oaksplitter, and it's basically about where I come from and my family. You know, I feel like a lot of people, their first project like is that, like, that feels like that's a running theme just from being here and hearing other people's stories and things like that. It is. So it's you know, it's shoot what you know, shoot what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, I think
like
maybe it's the first time you really feel connected to what you're doing in a meaningful way.
And it's a way to kind of like look inward within yourself, you know, and reflect on who you are. You know, I feel like that is what photography is. It's just really the photos you take are like a mirror of who you are.
Absolutely.
And so that's kind of what this project has been about. You know, it's like the Reelfoot Lake was created by these like violent earthquakes in the early 1800s. The Mississippi River flooded backwards and flooded this whole area and created this lake. It's the only natural made lake in the whole state. And so there's like hundreds of cypress knees, you know, there's so many birds, wildlife, you know, people make their living off of this land.
Wow.
You know, with either it be like duck hunting or fishing, all sorts of stuff. And so that's kind of what it has been about, that exploration of like intertwining, you know, family and the cycle of that, life and death, and, you know, people living within that land. And there's a lot of kudzu there too. And so it's just like this vine, you know, people, I think it's kudzu is like the vine that ate the South.
Yeah. Oh,
What
absolutely.
it's called.
Yeah.
The presence is definitely there, and you can feel it, and like I remember being young, and like it felt like a place that was so full of life and everything, and now it feels like it's kind of this like eroding, decaying thing. And it's interesting because I've been going there throughout my whole entire life, so I've seen many different versions of it and many different vignettes of it, and it's just always something that has like I've been really interested in.
Are you photographing the community? Or?
Not so much the community. I am photographing some locals there, like people that I just kind of meet or I find interesting,
Yeah.
And that has been really great as far as like opening up doors like for the project. You meet someone and then start talking to them, and then they mention somebody else that they know or whoever, or something, and you're like, okay, cool, and you're like allowing yourself to just kind of like follow where the project and everything takes you, and you're just kind of along for the ride that way. Is like very exhilarating, and I don't know if you do photography as well.
Sure. Yes.
So it's like you get it where you're like you feel like you're like, oh, I'm like onto something.
Yeah.
I'm like in it, and it's great and it's amazing, and like you're in this like goo of like just like give me
especially
more
when
of
you
it,
get sort of positive interactions with people who are like not worried about you and you're there to photograph, and things just start really like connecting. Yeah. You were saying that you photograph, it's very much your life that you're
it's a lot of reflection of just like family members too are in it, and so there is this sort of like cycle of that, like generations within my family, and sort of like the intimacy within that, and also kind of the dark undertones. It's all black and white, and I've been really paying attention to like the lighting of it and what the shadows are doing, and really trying to like focus on like making that a character within it.
Yeah. Well, what did you mean by the dark undertones? That just
like growing up in the South, and there is darkness there, and there is violence there, and it is roots that run deep within the South, and so having those undertones of like being born and raised there, and having that understanding that it is there, but then there also is kindness, sympathy, there is light there, and so I'm playing around a lot with that. Sorry, I didn't realize I was getting gonna get emotional about it, but
getting emotional about the work just means you're caring about the work, and also you're like expressing yourself, right? Like there's parts of your life in this work. Yeah. No, that's really good. And you've had a few reviews now, right?
I have, yeah. They've all been great.
That's good. That's really good. Yeah.
Damn it. All right.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah. No, they've all been great.
Yeah.
Super. Like, I don't know. I would say like whatever sort of expectations that you kind of have of coming here, some of those will be true. Yeah. But just allow yourself to be open to the experience, and kind of like surrender yourself to it.
Absolutely.
Like, just kind of let it wash over you, and you're going down river with it.
I mean, staying open is so important here, because everybody wants to sort of fight for what they love and what they want to show and everything, but you just gotta be open to what other people are gonna say. People here have been doing it a while, and
and you got to think about it. Like, people come here who have been working years on projects, and they're so like invested in it, and they're all like, this is what it is. And then you meet some a profound photographer or reviewer for 20 minutes, and then you're like, well, now I'm confused about everything. You're just like questioning it and everything, and it kind of allows yourself to like dig deeper. And it's definitely made me realize that like there's more work that needs to be done. I still need to like, I got to do more like chiseling, sculpting. I got to mold more clay. Whatever analogy I can.
No, completely.
Come up with.
I was talking with Janet. Oh, damn. I just blanked on Janet
Delaney.
So, I was just talking to Janet Delaney, who did this, a presentation of work that was spanning 40 years or so, right?
Incredible.
And I have, 30 years of work. And what I realized with what Janet was doing, like connecting the old and the new, I was like, oh, yeah. I mean, I shouldn't be thinking of that 30-year-old work as being finished. I should be thinking about, if I'm going to go back and dig into that work and start showing that work and all that, I should think about how I connect it to now as well, which is exactly what she did. I mean, you just learn so many things here.
It's all, it's just like, I mean, we had Peter, Peter.
I know.
Hugo?
Yes, Peter Hugo. Yes.
And his work is just expansive and epic and just like, I mean...
I think I said I felt like I was punched in the face a few times.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, by the end of this, I was like, do I have, I got 2 black eyes.
That's right.
I'm missing teeth. Like,
that's right. Exactly.
Like, I'm in, I got my roommate. He's like, go back in there, man.
Get
like, he's like rubbing my shoulders.
That's right. Towel over your water over your head.
Exactly.
Very cool.
No, it's good. And it's so like refreshing. Like, it's like photography is, in a way, such a lonely process, and it's so I don't know, like rejuvenating or like refreshing to like come here and meet everyone, and you kind of get to see yourself in those people too, and you're just like, oh, like you're like
that's it. That's good. Well, thanks for sharing that. That was great.
Thank you. Hopefully I gave you something.
Oh no, it's real good stuff. Bye everyone. Real Photo Show is produced by me, Michael Chovan-Dalton. Music by Matteo Chovan-Dalton and Jim Raimundo. If you like the show, please rate and review with all the stars on your listening platform.